August is the Women's Month, and the business school, Northwest University Business School, we're trying to find extraordinary ladies, young ladies, older ladies, that do change society. In Rosendal, I bump into Ms Mafusi Molefe, young lady, graduate, and she works inside the community. But I was impressed, and I invited her to come and sit down and tell our business school a little bit about herself. So, Mafusi, welcome from the Northwest University Business School. To start off, I would just like to know, just tell me a little bit about yourself, your background up to now.
My name is Mafusi Molefe, and I was born in Lesotho. I went to school in Lesotho. I did my bachelor's degree in education in the National University of Lesotho, and I completed in 2013. So, being the first one in my family to go beyond grade 10, I thought that was the pride. I'm the pride of my family, and I thought I was going to get a job and move mountains. But it was a different story. I couldn't get a job. So after that, I got an offer to move to Dubai to work as a domestic worker. So I went to Dubai and lived in Dubai and worked there as a domestic worker from 2013 up until 2015. And I had enough money back then that I saved. Then I went to further my studies at the University of Johannesburg. While studying there, I was involved with a program, the agriculture program, that is based in Soweto. So having done that, as a student working with community members, I fell in love with the relationship that we were building with the community members. But also I learned about permaculture. I didn't know what permaculture was, and I researched a little bit to find out what is this permaculture. And to my surprise, it's the same farming or agriculture that I grew up my grandmother doing, and I fell in love with that. But after completing at the University of Johannesburg, I still was looking for a job. I now have this second certificate. I thought, my goodness, now I'm going to work, but still nothing. Then in 2017, I applied for jobs. I couldn't get anything, and I went into depression. And I was still in Joburg then. I was very depressed. I found myself in that deep hole where I was very depressed because I couldn't get a job. Then I looked for can I do? What can I offer of my service and to get experience? Then I started volunteering, researching about volunteering. I volunteered for organizations, Food Interest for Africa. I volunteered with them, and we did school gardens, and they are in permaculture. So I fell in love. But I couldn't sustain my life in Joburg because I was not working. I was depending on my mom, who's a domestic worker. So I had to find something that was close to home or move back home. That's when I found the farm, Waaipoort farm. And I asked them, can I volunteer with you guys? And they said, yes. So I've been a volunteer here at Waaipoort farm in Rosendal, Mautsi, since 2017. So that's how I came here.
Well, you chose one of the nicest looking areas in the country, if you ask me. Just coldest as well, I must say. No, thanks for that. It's an up and down roller coaster for you up to now. More going, in your mind, going downwards. Yes. But if you think about it, where you are now is something extraordinary. Well, you are now involved in a community project at the Mautsi Primary School. Tell me a little bit about that.
When I arrived here, I found that what Waaipoort Farm was trying to do is just to connect, because they are practicing permaculture. How do we grow the community? How do we teach people about growing their own food? But also teach people the importance of eating healthy food and how can they make money out of that. But there was a barrier, language barrier, with the Waaipoort team, and there were just 3 of them. So that for me was, wow. I think we need that. I have seen this permaculture and how it works, how it can empower people, how it can heal people. So I went in straight ahead with them, like working with Mautsi. But we started to teach people about permaculture in the community. That didn't work. People already know about agriculture. So they were like, okay, what is this permaculture? They didn't understand it until we decided, how about we take this thing to the school? How about we take this permaculture into the school and try to incorporate curriculum into growing food. Kids learn about growing food in the school. Also, they take this home. So that's how we got involved with Mautsi Primary School. And to have like demonstrative garden where this would be the outdoor classroom. They're able to grow their own food, but also teachers can use that as a laboratory and outdoor activities where kids see growing seeds, the seed sprouting, and see the whole process of where does food come from. They have a different relationship with food. Yes.
Okay, thanks. That's fantastic. I saw it at the primary school, and I must say it really looks nice. But Mafusi is doing there. Mafusi, now I want to ask you this. We got involved. Luckily, we found you. Not only you, but the whole Waaipoort team. And now we're about to sign a MOU between Waaipoort, Mautsi, and our university. Do you see how do you see that? How do you told me the other day that people come in and they go. They come in and they go. Contributors to your projects. What do you expect from this one?
I grew up in a rural community where big organization will come and donate things, and then they are nowhere to be seen. And for me, I've built that wall around me that I'm not going to let anybody who comes and gives me something and they're nowhere to be. But with the Northwest University Business School, with the commitment that you're giving us to say we are here for 3 years, that for me is something to see that you are committed to this. You're not only are you committed in giving us your expertise in developing business models that will work for Mautsi Primary School, but also to introduce the community, the kids, into what a university is, what has been done to the university. Something like a career guidance, that's what this community needs, for kids to think beyond Mautsi, to think beyond Free State, to see there's another university in Northwest. So that for me, it's something that I value, and I see us growing. I see us creating a market within this community. Ladies and 10 women program that we'll be doing. Those ladies growing and having their own enterprises and supplying big chains of markets and fix back, not to just do it and forget about it. But this is imparting knowledge and empowering women, empowering the community and helping the community to grow. So with this 3 years, that for me was something. It meant a lot to say 3 years, to see that you are committed in making sure that this works. So I'm very interested to see how this unfolds.
Yeah. I think both of us, but it's going to take a little bit of hard work. You're the driver, of course, in Mautsi. And we expect of you to drive us there.
Definitely.
We will definitely come to the party. One last thing, Mafusi, one last question is, for the society here, you touched on to little businesses selling fruits and veg, to maybe chain retail outlets, or into the market, into the farmers markets which they have there every now and again. How do you envisage the future for this society in Mautsi?
I'm more of independency. People being independent of themselves. People growing, starting something that they value, building that from the ground, going up. And for me, with the Northwest University Business School, I see that we work together to help community in Mautsi build something for themselves, something that they will be very proud of. And I see that happening with them, introducing that you can grow food, but also for your household, but you can also make business out of this. People make living out of this. And supplying and having this secular economy within this community that help the community to grow. But not also the community, kids, the mindset, changing people's mindset. This goes to just empowering people. With people who are empowered and independent, we see that all these things that we have, that social injustices, like we talk about gender-based violence, that is how I see this thing having impact, our relation having impact to this community. To see it goes beyond us helping building an enterprise within that community, but also to create a legacy. Yeah.
Mafusi Molefe, thank you very, very much from our heart and the Northwest University Business School. We thank you for this time, and I hope we can have a long journey together from our side and from your side. And good luck with your endeavors in Mautsi. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. Looking forward to this journey. Thank you.